Hello students. Today we will study about uh, hysteresis curve for ferromagnetic materials. So as we know, in ferromagnetic materials there are different domains, and in a particular domain uh, every atom is oriented in a particular direction. So as I have shown in the figure, uh, in this figure this is a ferromagnetic material, and I have shown only four domains. So in this particular domain, all the atoms, due to their exchange field, are oriented in particular directions. So if you consider the second domain, so all the atoms in these domains are oriented in a particular direction. Similarly, we can consider for other domain also. So in ferromagnetic materials, there are different domains, and all domains are oriented randomly. So if external field is 0, so as these different domains are oriented randomly, so there will be no magnetization, and the net magnetization M will be 0. Now we will see the effect of external field on these domains. Now to understand this effect of external field, uh, as we have earlier seen that in magnetic materials, this magnetization M is proportional to external field H. So if we remove this sign, you get M is equal to psi into H. So this relation shows that at a particular temperature, magnetization M is directly proportional to H. Now if we plot a graph between this applied field H and magnetization M, so this will be like a straight line. So it is the case for diamagnetic or paramagnetic materials. So if we consider a ferromagnetic material, here the curve is not a straight line, it is like a curvature nature. So this is because that the permeability of these ferromagnetic materials is not constant like diamagnetic materials. The permeability of these materials, ferromagnetic materials, depend on the external field. So let we study the effect of external field on these domains. Now to study this, uh, let we have two axes. Here we have denoted applied external field, and here we have denoted the magnetization M, which is generated inside the ferromagnetic material. So when at this point O, the external field is 0. So if the external field is 0, as I have told earlier, that all these domains are randomly oriented. So the magnetization of this cancelled out by magnetization of another domain, and magnetization of like this domain is cancelled out by magnetization of other domain which is oriented in opposite to that. So if we have no external field H equal to 0, so the total magnetization M will be 0. So now let we apply and we increase the external field. So the pattern of increasing the external field is like, suppose first it is 0, then we have applied 20 unit, then 30 unit, 50 and 100 unit. It is the unit of for external field H. So first one there is zero magnetic field, then we have increased to, it is an example, then we have increased to 20, then 30, then 50, then 100 and beyond. So at zero field magnetization M is 0. Now we have increased the external field up to 20 unit. So as we increase the external field, so due to this external field, a torque will be act on these different atomic dipoles. So these atomic dipoles in a particular domain will try to align themselves in the direction of external field. So it is not possible in the low field like 20 unit that all the magnetic moments align themselves to the direction of external field, but they try to align themselves in the direction of external field. So as we increase the external field H, they will try to align, and the magnetization M in the will increase. So as we are increasing the field, these domains are trying to align themselves in direction of external field, and so the net magnetization M is not zero in this case. So there will be a net magnetization generated due to applied external field. So we will have curve like this. So till the point OA, the curve is showing that as we are increasing the external field, the magnetization is also increasing. So beyond this point A, if we remove external field, so the domains will again oriented randomly, and the magnetization will be again 0. So it is a reversible process till the point A. Now suppose we have applied 20 Gauss. So if we uh, apply or we increase external field beyond A, suppose 30 to 50 or up to 100 Gauss, more and more domain will turns themselves to the direction of external field. So the magnetization will also increase. So we will get this type of curve, and the magnetization is increasing with the external field. So if we applied a external field which is very strong, so let at this strong field all the domains have oriented themselves in the direction of external field, as I have shown in this figure. In this figure all the domains have been oriented in the direction of external field. So we will achieve a maximum magnetization M. So beyond this point, if we increase the external field, the magnetization M will not increase, as all the domains have oriented themselves in the direction of external field. So beyond this point B, if we increase the external field, the magnetization M will be not increase. Now if now let for example at this point B applied external field is 100. So if we increasing the external field beyond 100, the magnetization M is constant. Now beyond B, if we decrease the external field from 100 to 0. Now at this point we have 100 unit external field. Now we are decreasing external field from 100 to 0. So the curve will be like this. So this curve is not tracing the original curve OAB. It is producing another path BC. So if we now in this case, if we have zero magnetic field, external field, so from this curve it is clear that the magnetization M is not zero. The magnetization M has some value. So this is called retentivity of that material. Retentivity means the value of magnetization M when the external field is. So if we decrease the external field H, these oriented domains again try to orient randomly, and when we have applied field 0 and we decrease the applied field to 0, so there is some, this is called retentivity of that sample, and for different sample the value of this retentivity is different for different materials. So now beyond C, if we uh, apply external field in opposite direction, so we have decreased external field from 100 to 0. Now we apply magnetic field in opposite direction. So this can be like -20, -30 and up to -100. Minus sign showing is the opposite direction of external field. Now in this case, first we have applied external field in this direction. Now we are applying magnetic field in this direction. So if external magnetic field is in this direction, so all the domains will try to orient themselves in opposite direction. So first the magnetization M will be decreased, and at a particular field the magnetization M will be 0. So this field at which the magnetization M is 0 is called corrosivity of that sample. So now if beyond this we again decrease the external magnetic field, the all domains try to orient themselves in the opposite direction, and at a particular uh, external magnetic field we get saturation in opposite direction. So first we have saturation in this direction. Now if we have applied external field in opposite direction, we will get saturation in other direction. Now if we suppose at this point the field is -100 unit. Now if we increase again the external field like -80 and -20 and up to 0, uh, the curve will trace like this path, and if we again increase the field, the curve will trace like this path. So this variation of magnetization M with the external field is called hysteresis of ferromagnetic materials. So retentivity is the value of magnetization when the external applied field is 0, and corrosivity is the value of external field at which the magnetization again change to 0. So this is all about hysteresis curve of ferromagnetic materials.